right, next up, Syphoner. So Syphoner is basically, it's kind of like a Celestial in a way, where
Mhm.
everyone gets, the healing for damage. Now this is Omnivamp, so it's both Life Steal and Spell Steal, right?
Yep.
But unlike Celestial, it is much, much more powerful for the Siphoners themselves. So,
Correct.
because
Yeah.
like Celestial was like 15-20% at times for like that two piece you'd throw in.
Yep.
This is only 10, so it's a very little amount. But the Siphoners themselves, very high amounts.
Yeah. So a lot of these units do a really good job of keeping themselves alive and staying in a fight while still providing some moderate amount of help to the rest of their team. Yeah.
Yeah. Cool. And I think this is another one that benefits from the chosen system because like running all four of these is a little hard.
Yeah.
But if you can get a chosen siphoner, I think that's been one of the most popular ones in our playtest, where it's like
Oh yeah.
chosen siphoner must run siphoner.
I think almost every playtest or every day, because we do two playtests a day, someone has gone Syphoner Nasus chosen. I think it's just like one of those things that if you see, you pick it up and you go, yes, this is my front line. He's sustain tanking. I'm putting all these items on him because he carries so hard as a chosen until sort of the mid game where he starts to fall off and that single target doesn't really work out as well. But
Well, so
he's a beast.
so speaking of which, let's jump to Nasus here.
Oh yeah, of course, sure, sure.
So yeah, Nasus is a divine siphoner.
Mhm.
Not a lot of built-in defenses here. He's only got 40 armor, 40 MR, and he can't get more. He's not a vanguard. But this ability is gross.
Oh yeah, absolutely, absolutely. Single target, very heavy dot, does a lot of damage over 5 seconds, and slows the movement speed and attack speed of the unit for the duration. So,
Yeah, now we've seen this. It kind of reminded us a bit of like Cassiopeia from Galaxies,
yep.
where it's just like it's a big dot. But yeah, this like basically says, "Hey, you're gonna die soon." Also reminds me a bit of Teemo on live right now, but
Mhm.
it's a
Yep.
very powerful dot. And then, like you said, because he's Siphoner, he's gaining all that health back. So you put a little bit of AP on Nasus, and whew,
Yeah, and since he targets the person with the highest percent health, he's often getting the full duration of that, which means that as he's sort of tanking the front line and generating mana through taking damage, he's hitting multiple units in the back line and
yeah,
slowly draining them down, getting your team ready to finish them off.
yeah. So he's a fun one. Though oftentimes I think we've made the mistake of chasing the 3-star Nasus dream, and like you said, that falls off really hard.
Yeah, yeah, it's a bit rough. I think if you naturally run into him, it's great. Totally go for it. If he's chosen, I think he can still do really well. But if you're just kind of running him in either Divine or Siphoner early, sticking to 2 star is probably the right way to go about it.
Nice. All right, next up, Vladimir, one of our new cultists.
Mm-hmm.
750 HP, kind of a low attack speed, but he's a siphoner, low
Yep.
armor, low MR, single target drain, kind of like he was in Rise of the Elements.
Yep.
But with the new twist of after he casts his spell, he heals nearby allies for a percent of the damage done.
Yep, absolutely. So run outside of his Siphoner trait, so inside Cultist. He's really great at sort of healing up allies nearby. It's a pretty big radius too. It's a 2x radius, so he's hitting front line, he's hitting the mid line, he's hitting a little bit of the back line if you position well, and just a great all-around support. But put into Siphoner, like even just a two-piece early, he can be run as that sort of frontline unit, sustain tank. You can carry AP items really, really well. So we haven't seen enough of him in playtests, so I'm interested to see how powerful he is on PB. I think it's one of those champions that if he's not itemized, he's okay. Maybe you toss him out a little bit later, but if he is itemized, might be really powerful. We'll see.
Yeah, I know we've been kind of afraid of how much healing he might do, fully itemized.
Yeah. The death cap,
Yeah.
yeah, all that.
I think especially when you call out the fact that because it's percent of damage dealt, so you can use Jeweled Gauntlet to make the healing be bigger, which is pretty rare. The other thing I'll call out is that cultists you're going to kind of see it with Sivir as well when we talk about that, is cultists are kind of becoming more this like death ball of enhancement, where it's like
Yep.
Sivir is going to buff their attack speed, Vladimir's going to keep them alive, you've got the
Mm-hmm.
keepers in there to keep yourself shielded, and like it's a death ball of insanity, and so I think
Yeah.
that'll be kind of cool to see as well.
Yeah, for sure. I think it's one of those things where uh, in the past, Cultist has had like a lack of support for Galio himself, and have often been like, let's survive for a while, and then Galio drops down, and he gets to do a lot of
Yep.
damage on this crazy stuff, and maybe a Jin gets to carry you for a while. But now with both Vladimir and Sivir coming in, we'll actually see that Galio getting a little bit of healing,
Yep.
the extra attack speed, all that kind of stuff. So he'll be doing a lot of damage. and feel a little more carry-ish at times.
Yep.